stay connected. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hopefully we can distract you for an hour or so from the horrors that is this year's presidential election. I'm very disappointed in a lot of you people. I'm not going to say who I voted for because this is not a political show, but I am very disappointed.
I'm disappointed in this whole country all the time.
Like I said on Twitter a little while ago.
Except for the television.
Yeah, television's been
good television.
on point this week, this year. TV has been on point for the last couple seasons. But like I said on Twitter a little bit ago, I'm looking out towards LA right now. I'm waiting for my mushroom cloud because I want my mushroom cloud before I want this apocalypse I didn't vote for.
Right.
It's like, it may say in my Twitter profile, I live for the day the apocalypse comes, but this is not the apocalypse I wanted. I want the fun, scary apocalypse.
This is not the apocalypse we agreed to. Although, it might be the start of the apocalypse that's in one of the shows we're talking about since they have all of them. Freaking new ones now. Again. Anyway, spoilers.
Spoilers ahead, la 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 la.
This is your chance to pause for 3 hours and watch those shows.
Right, you can go pause because tonight we'll be only discussing Frequency, MacGyver, and Aftermath because Lethal Weapon and Designated Survivor were not on again last week. Lethal Weapon because of the Cubs, and Designated Survivor, I guess, was because of the CMAs.
Something? I don't know.
I think that was maybe the same channel.
Maybe they're holding out to see whether they need to change their liberalness based on.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, and then don't forget this week there's no Flash tonight. It's a rerun, but I'm guessing that's because of politics too. Thank you, politics.
Yeah, because ain't nobody gonna be watching anything live today.
You, I was gonna watch The Flash tonight. Thank you very much.
I was too, but
I'm trying to get on schedule, so I'm not rushing through shows on Monday and Tuesday for this show, and then Friday and Saturday or Sunday's show because it's getting too stressful for me, especially when I want to watch shows that aren't on our review schedule.
Yeah. I
I
try to watch everything as much as I can when it's on because I like to tweet and also because it's easier to not have to watch it later.
Yeah. I agree there.
I got sick. Like I was just starting to get sick when I did our show, and by Wednesday I was just like sick. And I made it through Flash, but I didn't make it through Frequency.
Yeah, I'm currently fighting off a cold, so I've been having headaches like every day this week.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's the crazy up-down weather. It's just driving my immune system nuts.
Dude, I know that feel. Every day all my life.
My chapstick is not in here. Dang it. Oh, well, I'll live.
That's why I want to move somewhere truly temperate, because then the seasonal changes are less drastic.
Illinois is perfect. No, not really.
But Illinois is Illinois, though.
Yeah, but, Illinois, I like Illinois right now.
Well, at least Illinois has, that's where Chicago is, right?
Yeah, that's where Chicago is.
Indiana, the only thing I know about Indiana is that there's a couple of good writing programs there because there's nothing else but corn. So,
or according to their commercial for Indiana Beach, there is more than corn in Indiana. I grew up there. I know like all the commercials for the local shit. You know, you can't tell me otherwise.
There's one local one here. It's like South Carolina, we got some good stuff. Like it sounds really defensive.
Ours here in California is we're more than dreamers. I'm like, no, we ain't.
There's also deserts.
Yep. There's deserts, and orange fields, and earthquakes, and tsunamis. The one good thing about an earthquake, at least you know the weather will be nice outside while you're having an earthquake.
It's true. It's true. It's not like Florida where you might be bit by a shark and hit by lightning at the same time
The
because you
same
have a higher
time,
chance of both in Florida.
right?
And more tornadoes than anywhere but Oklahoma. I think our highest thing here is like death by pollen. In the spring, everything is green. Higher chance of being smothered in pine pollen.
My friend has decided enough with adulting for the night. She's going to watch Land Before Time.
Good. It's too stressful.
I know. It's like I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I'm scared to wake up tomorrow in some sort of horrible Trumpian dystopia, so I'm gonna stay up and see what the polls say until around midnight or 1.
Yeah, because Alaska won't be until 10 p.m. my time.
That's crazy late by my time.
Yeah, that's like 3 hours later, so like 2.
Stupid continent-spanning country so freaking huge that it goes across 4 time zones.
Right? But only Arizona doesn't acknowledge that.
Dude, that must be a pain in the ass if you live in Arizona but work like anywhere else.
Right? Seriously. I remember when I lived in
Have 2
Illinois.
watches.
I lived in Illinois. I grew up in just outside of Chicago, Illinois. And my dad lived in Fort Wayne, Indiana, which was a 3-hour drive away. And in the summer, we would go visit him, and I'd have to adjust for that 1 little hour time change.
That's so weird.
Because he was an hour ahead of us. And it was like, I'd get there, and he'd go, okay, it's time for bed. And I'm like, but it's only 7 o'clock. No, it's not. It's 8 o'clock.
Oh.
But then they put the gaming system in the spare bedroom, and that was the end of me ever going to bed early.
I remember when we were kids and we were gallivanting all over the world, the airplanes in the 80s flew. When we were coming back across time zones, we would land a lot of time like an hour before we took off or the same hour we took off.
Oh, yeah.
Like no matter how long we were in the air. Traveling like at the speed of the planet. Anyway,
yes.
Time zones are sort of like time travel, which is one of our main topics.
Yes. Time travel happens. We somehow managed to discuss it every episode.
Well, there's frequency on one show and Legends of Tomorrow on the other show, so we're always talking about time travel.
Which ends up with us always mentioning that one show.
We're the time travel fangirls, apparently.
Yeah, that should be our name, the time traveling fangirls. There we go, the unprofessional time traveling fangirls.
Maybe we'll just change it every episode depending on what our topics are.
Yes, that's perfect. Okay, so I guess since we're discussing time travel at the top of the hour, let's go ahead and start this show tonight with frequency.
Frequency.
This episode, yeah. I struggled to follow it. I felt like I should have rewatched it.
Yeah, this was the one that I fell asleep on like 20 minutes in last Wednesday because I was so sick. And I had to rewatch it today, and I was like, I did not get any of this because I was unconscious.
I watched it this morning, and it was like, wait, what? Wait, no, oh, but I gotta go get through MacGyver first. Maybe I'll have time, and I didn't have time to come back to it. I shouldn't have watched those 2 episodes of Z Nation yesterday.
Yeah, but sometimes you need to put something else in your brain, like those 3 episodes of Leverage I watched the other night when I couldn't sleep.
There you go.
They were good episodes. People were making out.
Episodes of Zoo I watch like once a week because I need something to think about.
But I needed something like the other night. I couldn't sleep because of Lucifer Feels because apparently that's eating up all my brain lately. And I was like, I need something else in my head. So I watched 3 episodes of Leverage, and then I was like, holy crap, it's way too late. I need to go to sleep for real. But like whenever I have to wake up in the morning, I always have trouble going to sleep anyway.
Yeah. I was weird yesterday. I was so exhausted. I wanted to go to bed at 6:30 last night. Like I was literally just laying in bed responding to people on the tablet because I didn't want to deal with the computer.
Sometimes being
It was
upright is too much trouble.
It was last night. It was horrible. And then 10:30, I'm laying there and I'm like, I think I'm gonna go to bed. And then this person I haven't talked to in like a blue moon came online, and I'm like,
oh.
I had to because I hadn't talked to her in a really long time. So I was like, okay, I'll stay up.
Yeah, the case this week was twistier than usual.
It was because we had to deal with two different, because we were dealing with Frank's time in 19. Okay, sorry. I have a blanket behind me and it's making me very warm, so I'm trying to get it off the chair. Okay. Because we had to deal with Frank's timeline in 1996, and then we had to deal with two timelines for Raimi because she remembered the case from doing it with her dad and then doing it with the sergeant guy.
With Stan.
Yeah,
Stan, who is not the man. Stan, who is the horrible man.
I'm sorry. I got a meme sent to me just now.
What did they?
It says, you got a sticker for voting. Bananas get a sticker for being a banana.
Maybe bananas are just really politically active, and that's what that means.
Yeah.
So this week, Frank
back to the show.
This week, Frank sent that missing file that had been erased by Raimi's time.
Right, which was perfect because she needed it for evidence against Stan.
Exactly. And he hid it in a new place, so I'm figuring by the end of 4 seasons, every inch of that house is going to have a file waiting for her in it.
Yes. Heck, by the end of what? First season.
He has to remember which one he's sending her at each time, or she's going to start finding them out of order.
Right? Wait, what is this file, Dad?
Oh,
I don't know.
That hasn't happened yet.
I don't know what that file's for, honey. No idea.
For you yet.
Yeah. I was very, very confused by Mekhi Phifer's character this week too, because it was like the Stan was all like, you need to keep her focused on the Nightingale case and off of this, blah blah blah. Yeah, and it's like, wait, what? Mekhi, are you on the bad guys team? I don't want you to be, buddy. I like you.
I know. Up until now, he was firmly on her side. He was her new dad after her dad died in both timelines.
Right.
And then maybe Stan has something on him and that's why he can't interfere.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it's blackmail.
Blackmail on the blackmail. I did go there. I went there.
Almost went there, but then I was distracted by my phone, so you just beat me to it.
I know, I'm distracted by the phone too, but my phone's bigger. I love this new thing.
I should be distracted by my notes.
My notes are right here on the computer screen. Right there. Right in that corner. Along with my game notes for a game I play once a month. I have. But
I rewatched this episode on the CW app because it wasn't on demand, even though it's been a week. It counts on demand by the episode number, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 airing next week.
So episode 5 isn't. That's weird. Yeah, I was freaking out again about Designated Survivor, and then I was out with Barbara, and I said, can you look, because she had her cell phone out, and I'm like, oh, can you look something up for me? Because it was just bugging me. It was like, why isn't Designated Survivor coming up on demand? Lo and behold, it wasn't on last week, so.
Yeah. on the CW app, and like you didn't have to sign in with your cable information or anything, which was really good. But there was literally like 6 commercial breaks in a 45-minute show.
Yeah, I was watching. I want to say I was watching Constantine. Like I watched the first episode, and I swear to God, it took me 2 hours to get through one, hour episode. And I'm just like, why isn't this on Netflix where I can watch it commercial free?
Yeah, like this had more commercials than it does when it airs on the channel. Like, come on, CW.
Yeah, the only reason it's not on, I think, on Netflix is because it only has the one season. Netflix doesn't like a one season on their, unless there's a guaranteed next season.
Yeah. We need to start a Netflix for one season wonders. And then buy up all the shows that don't get saved.
Any intention of a target on enemy's back or aiming to hunt like a pack of raptors, which is what kind of ended up happening.
One of my notes says Stanverse was shifty as fuck.
He really was. It was like he's like just standing there watching Raimi while she's doing CPR on the victim and not doing anything. He didn't even clear the apartment to make sure it was safe. And then
he's all like, I don't know these people.
And then she sees him later when they go to tell the family that their daughter's dead, talking to the husband, and he's like, this is going down. And he's like, I know, calm down.
Yeah, he's like, you have to do this right. We're going to put this right. Like, that ain't shifty or anything.
No, that ain't shifty at all. Stan the man is a very shifty, whatever he is in the police department. But I adored. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
When they stopped for lunch on her very first day on the beat, and he was like, you want to be the kind of cop who knows when to keep her mouth shut and never turns on her friends.
Yeah.
And it's like again,
rude
not
much?
shifty at all.
No, not at all. And then I loved this scenes in the other timeline where she did the first day with her dad, and it's like she was pissed that she had to go out with her dad, and just like,
ooh, she was such a baby about it.
And then their lunch, and he's like, you should go all the way. If you get a burger, you should get fries and a shake. And she's like, don't tell me how to eat. And I'm like, bitch.
Right, like she's supposed to be 28 now, so 8 years ago she would have been just 20, and she was such a baby when she was 20.
She really was, but I loved the ending flashback scene to at the end of the day, and she's like, it's not always this hard, is it? And her dad's like, no, it's not always this hard, as he's all tucking her in on the couch, and I'm just like,
I know.
I was like, that's so sweet.
I know. They're such a good team.
They are. It makes me happy. Where did it go? I don't know.
They have 5 days until the next victim as of this episode.
Yeah, they have 5 days till the next victim. That's what I do. Oh, okay, that's what I do. I have to get used to using the computer. Sorry. Just a heads up, I did order a new power cord last night, so hopefully it'll be here Thursday, and hopefully that fixes this problem I'm having with this computer. We'll see.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Cross our fingers here. I'd like to get through a show without any difficulties at this point. Oh yeah, you reminded me I was going to do something since I have the tablet here just in case for tonight. Come on. Come on. Now the tablet's going to be stupid. Anything else we want to say about Frequency? Like, Mekhi Phifer is being suspicious as fuck.
Right? But I loved where he was like your dad also had these crazy hunches, because he's on both sides of the time communication, but he doesn't know about it on either end.
Yeah, so he's like, your dad suspected things, right?
Right. Because they're like feeding each other paranoia. And what about jealous and super intense Frank this week?
Right? What the heck was up with that? He's like, you're cheating on me. I'm in a class with him. I bought the glove.
And then she wanted a divorce.
I know. I'm like, no, don't get divorced. Because isn't she the one that gets grabbed in 5 days?
Someone else gets grabbed. She started out at 11 weeks, so she's got a little while. But the next victim is 5 days.
Okay. All right. So what I did here.
Had people watching the girl and the mom.
Okay. Okay. So what I did here is I have Google Hangouts pulled up on the tablet so that if this freezes, all I have to do is log in.
Sweet.
So hopefully, if this freezes, I can log into that really super quick, and there will be a seamless thing. I love that I'm talking about the possible technical difficulties right here on the show.
We are anticipating our technical difficulties.
Because I'm hoping to God I make enough money in December to buy a new computer. So,
dude, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, even $500 is enough to buy a new computer.
It is. For like $300, you can get a fairly decent laptop at Walmart.
Yeah. I just want something I can play games on because I do play games.
Better than that.
I want to play my Xbox night, but I don't know if I will. Like, anyways, anything else we want to discuss about frequency?
I think, except for Raimi being totally not subtle about suddenly hating someone.
Right? Like, they're in the office talking to Stan, and she's like...
She's just stink-eyeing him for the entire thing.
I know, like, Raimi! Oh my god!
If she could light people on fire, she would have, like, lit him on fire from the first scene of this episode.
I know, it's horrible. Oh my gosh. You can just like see how hot it is in this room right now. My face is like completely beet red. Ugh.
That is just so ridiculous because you were like freezing the other day.
I know. I had slippers on yesterday. Actually, moccasins.
You need a sunshade.
I know. It's not even sunny out. It's night. It's dark out. So no, wait, you can't see.
That's crazy dark.
I know. Okay. Yeah. If Raimi had like pyrokinesis powers, she would totally light Stan on fire like immediately. She would just be like, "Whoa!"
You'd be like, "Oh look, we have to argue about your guilt because you're on fire.
You're on fire." And then she would go to jail.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. So sad.
Yeah, literally, pants on fire. But it's funny is like she notices this stuff in her memory of like how crooked he was 8 years ago when she was a rookie now because she's hearing it from her dad. And when in the original, she didn't notice this stuff.
No, she didn't because it was her first day and she was nervous and she didn't know what she was doing and she was still holding a grudge against her dad. But now, like, side of it and having the alternate memory where things went so much better.
Right.
Like, I do like that they were comparing both memories, that they were using the fact that she remembers both timelines. It made it sort of confusing, but it
that was the part I was struggling with. I was like, wait, what just happened? I really wish I had time to rewatch this episode. I feel like I would have gotten more out of it if I'd had a second rewatch. I guess I should know better with time travel shows. Sometimes they need more than one watching.
Well, they do a pretty good job with the music, and the two different memories had different lighting systems, like different filters on the camera. So that was pretty good.
It made it easier to understand, catch what storyline they were using at each given point. So it did make that easier, but at the same time, it was just like, I'm too tired for this shit.
Right. But maybe that means that this this is the show coming into its own as a time travel narrative.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, even that other show, the first couple episodes, it had its hiccups.
Yeah.
Hey, I've watched that other show multiple times, and I have issues with season 1.
Yeah, it took them until what, like Atari was the first time when they really used time travel after they had established all the characters.
Yeah, Atari was the most confusing episode. It was where our third roommate, there's 3 people who live here. Our third roommate just was like, I'm done, I'm out, this is too confusing. Because they were just jumping around too much in the time stream, so it got too confusing.
First one, when I was watching it with like the glittery Steven Universe eyes, like I loved it from the beginning, but then I was just like,
but that episode was just like,
like they're doing the thing. And
right?
that is when I sold my soul to a circle of 12 monkeys.
Yeah, you said it this time. You said it this week. I managed.
I said it. Man, they should just like hand us $1 every time we say it for how often we talk about it.
They should, like, seriously, as often as you and I like promote that show and say its name
Accidentally,
and
like
the actors, like accidentally be discussing that show every week. But like I name dropped one of their actors just earlier tonight. Yeah.
So from time travel to end of the world, maybe?
Yeah, let's head on over to Aftermath. And I called it last week. I'm going to go ahead and drop the biggest spoiler. I called it last week that Devin wasn't going to last long.
I was so sad. I wanted him to, but like at the same time, he spent most of last episode hiding, so maybe they just couldn't figure out what to do with him.
Like, I don't know, this week's episode did feel very strongly like a repeat of last week's episode, because like there were little hints dropped throughout the entire episode that somebody was going to die.
Yeah.
Just like last week. But I think they rushed it a little. Maybe they should have given us a couple more episodes with Devin before they had him.
It would have been better. His struggle trying not to give in to the Skinwalker would have been better if it had lasted longer, because it was like 2 scenes between when we found out that's what it was and when he died.
Yeah, because we didn't actually find out he was possessed by the Skinwalker unless I missed something earlier in the episode, until her dad came back on the RV.
Yeah, when the imposter dad showed up.
The shapeshifter dad.
Yeah, like that was the
and you saw his eyes go white, and you're like, oh.
Time that it was shown, but like there was no time when, like, did shapeshifters just get you when you're sleeping or something? Like, how did it find him? When did he get infected?
Unless he was infected from the get-go. Maybe everybody's infected and it just takes certain people to have the Skinwalker take over.
Maybe, but like if that's the way it was, then they really should have dealt with his struggle, because the brother was all ready to shoot him. Like as soon as he came out the RV cackling, the brother was like, "Oh, I know what that is," and he pulls his gun.
Yeah, the brother learns nothing from killing the guy who was mentally unstable.
Right.
But that really bugged me. Though this week's episode was really cool, and I'm kind of looking forward to next week's episode being totally asylum fodder, because they're going to walk up the side of an erupting volcano.
Why?
I don't know. But apparently, does Asylum run Aftermath? I actually wonder that. Does Asylum run Aftermath?
I was wondering, like, as they were introducing the new stuff again, like, someone else is dying, but the Banshee doesn't come back, and like, they mentioned Seattle, but there's still no answers on what happened to that. Like, where are the other apocalypses going? Is the whole talk about, what's her name, Gloria?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is all her talk about waves, like, literal? Like, is it just, you know, half a day you get this one thing, and then half a day you get that other thing, and then half a day, and there is no continuation? Like, is that what you meant by all that mumbo jumbo?
I guess. Okay, I guess Aftermath is being produced by Hellfire Entertainment.
I've never heard of them.
Me neither. They've only had 2 other shows: Alias Grace and Working the Angles. Never heard of those either.
Killjoys is produced by a group that is owned by the same parent company as the group that produces Orphan Black. I found that out.
What did they produce? Sorry, because it cut out.
Killjoy's production company and Orphan Black's production company have the same parent company.
Oh, cool. Okay, so we dropped the Devin bomb. Dead.
Devin.
Yeah, I feel so bad. I liked his character a lot, and I feel for Brianna.
Yeah, like she was just getting human.
I actually was like kind of annoyed with the actress. Monday last week, before Aftermath had even aired, she posted on Twitter about how much fun she had had working with Devin's actor.
Oh, unfair.
Yeah, that was late Monday night, so it was, you know, and I'm like, whoa, that's not right.
Like you're a day early.
Yeah. So I wonder if she got her like schedule screwed up or something. But I don't know. It was just weird. It was like, wait, why you do that?
Why you do that? Yeah, like I wanted to see more of whether love actually could conquer Skinwalker possession, because it would have been useful to have one on their side if him loving her could have kept it in check.
Yeah. That would have been interesting to see, but unfortunately he blew his brains out in slow motion.
Yeah, like it seems like they're setting it up so that there is no help. Like anytime someone is trying to help, they die. Anytime someone is starting to fall in love, they die.
Yeah.
Which makes me really worried for Dana's cute soldier boy.
I know. I don't want Dana's cute soldier boy to die, because was it just me, or did it seem like the aunt was falling in love with her soldier boy? They were growing.
I think so, and I
I
think that he was falling for her too, because he was like off his rocker, but she could talk him out of it for a second anyway. Like that could have been really good too.
Yeah, it could have been.
So I'm starting to wonder what the point is, since they keep setting up these great potential things and then shooting people and breaking necks left and right. So like,
right? It's like, come on.
Like where are they going with this? If there's no help at all and there's no choice at all, why are we watching this?
Yeah. And then it was like early on in the show, there the what's his name? Wayne Brady is all like, "Oh, Mount Rainer's been going off for a while now. We're not worried about
it." And I'm like, that always happens.
You know, it's going off in the distance. We're probably well within the blast zone where we're at if we're feeling the microquakes.
Well, if you can see the volcano, you're close enough for the ash to get you, if not the lava.
I'm like, oh yay, the family's splitting up again.
It's, oh my god, why do they keep splitting up?
I know, it's like, seriously, you people, just go do one mission together at a time.
Did none of them ever watch horror movies before the end of the world? Look, so many of my notes, right? So many of my notes this week have to do with Dana. Like, the one says, bold Dana. Yeah. When she's like, we're gonna do this, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Then Dana keeps seeing her parents kill. That plant really wants Dana, because there's like 2 episodes in a row where that vine is wrapped around her leg.
Mm-hmm. But then we realize what the plant does to people it catches when it pulled the prisoner girl under the house, and it's eating me. I'm like, oh.
Apparently, it's like actively eating. It's not like fly trap where it digests you slowly.
It's like actively eating the people it pulls to its mouth.
Ugh. Ooh.
Right?
But before that plant showed up again, she was probably my favorite part of this episode, where her and her cute soldier boy are just so adorable, and he's like,
I know.
he's like,
I don't
I'm
want
worried
anything to
that
happen to him.
he's like, I'm worried that I'm too old for you, and she's like, the end of the world. Like,
Age does not matter anymore. The world is ending.
I think the way they handled it is really nice though, because like the age problem could be a problem, but the fact that he's the one who's like, maybe we should slow down and it's her choice makes it less creepy.
Mhm.
She's already established as the one that's the smarter of the kids.
Of all three kids, she is obviously the smartest because the son hasn't learned shit.
And she's also the most rational when she's not, getting rabies or being attacked by plants.
Right?
No.
I think she did have rabies though. The dog did have rabies though, because we never went and touched back on the rabies thing. That is actually one of my biggest issues with this show so far, is that they introduce things so rapidly every episode, and then they don't go back to it except for the things they want to, like the skinwalkers and the plant.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like, especially the first like 3 episodes, there was the weird storms, there was massive earthquakes, which we've had reference to twice, but we haven't seen one yet.
Yeah.
There's the sky turned all red. There's the weird aurora borealis. There's the meteor showers. There's the locusts. Like,
yeah, and then there was the solar flares. We had solar flares.
Like, all of this stuff keeps being shown for like one third of the show and then not mentioned again. Like, shouldn't there still be the dragon flying around? Shouldn't there still be solar flares a day later?
Shouldn't we still have banshees screaming every time someone's going to die?
I'm wondering if it's going to come together.
Yeah.
Because it's fun, but so far it's not putting in a lot of effort into coming together.
Yeah, I literally wrote a note here in my notes. It's oh, what a surprise! The prophet is possessed. Size predictable, and then she wasn't possessed. She was a shapeshifter, but still.
But then the real prophet was drunk off her ass and angry and not making a whole lot of sense for someone who was supposed to have answers.
Yeah. And wasn't very helpful at all. And then she demanded to be killed, and the soldier girl shot her.
Right.
When somebody in the apocalypse tells you to kill them, you just do it. And I'm like, no, you don't. Not when they have all the answers.
Right? Like, how are they ever going to rebuild society with soldiers who are run by a half lunatic who are just shooting people when they say shoot me, regardless of whether they know what's going on? Like, she wasn't even listening.
I'm feeling that we are going to end up looking for the voice on the radio who, like, terrifyingly reminds me of the guy in Fallout 3 who talks on the radio all the time. Because, like, in Fallout 3, you can turn the radio on your little Pip-Boy thing. See, I can talk games, too. Not very many, though. And you can listen to him, and he talks about the resistance against the super mutants and all that stuff, and it's like God, I wish I could remember his name. It's gonna bug me till I do too.
You remember half an hour after you go to bed.
Right, it'll just pop into my head. Eyes will snap open, and I'll go blue blue blue.
That's true. That's what it'll be like exactly.
I'm looking it up.
I really like the
Free dog. That was it.
I really like the trope of the person on the radio. Like, it's not used so often that it's
Yeah, but it's there, and they're starting to notice that he's predicting things too.
It's fun that in the story it's actually like from the 50s. So someone in the 50s was talking about stuff that's happening right now in weird code.
Yeah.
In a late night radio show that is now being replayed in real time. I like that there's this history to it. It didn't just start out of nowhere, even though they never mentioned that there was a history until like this episode.
Right.
Like this professor that had predicted everything, that he ruined her career because he didn't believe her. Like, why did he never mention that before?
Right.
In any of the 6 episodes or however many episodes there are now, like, why didn't he go, wait, this is just like that thing from that lady that I hated?
Right? All of a sudden, the lady, I made her lose her job and ruined her life. She knows what's going on. I'm going to go find her 6 episodes into the show.
And she has
when you only have 6 more episodes to go. Yeah, I was like, what? Why did she put it all on?
What? Now they're gonna have to find the oldest computer on the planet.
Right?
It'll be like that one episode of Cowboy Bebop where they had to find the Betamax player when they're in like the year 2270 or whatever.
I did not mean to do that. Get back here. There we go. So you already said the thing about everything's happening in waves. So it makes sense because it does seem like things come in, like you were saying, they come in, they wash over our heroes, and then they're gone.
Yeah, but that just makes it
for a few things.
Clever for being able to cram as many ideas in as possible.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if at some point someone was like, hey, what happened to the locusts? Or, hey, what happened to the solar flares? Like, they have time when they're like when they're on the road and they're not in the middle of a battle, they have time to look around and go, wait a minute. And they haven't done that. Like,
right. Like at the very first episode, they're all in the RV. Well, everybody but Brianna were in the RV, and they're driving down the road. It's the very end of the episode. As the sky is turning red, and somebody starts playing trumpet. And the dad had mentioned, I think in the first episode, about when the apocalypse comes, we'll hear trumpets playing.
Yeah. But
and they're all like, "Don't say it, don't say it." I'm like, "Yes, say it."
Yes, talk about it, because you need to be figuring this out so that it makes sense to us.
Hey, Jesus.
What about the mom going nutso on that lady? Like,
yeah, I get it that they said they killed Dana, but Jesus, Mom, come on, I get it. You lost your sister, you think your daughter's dead, but there was no reason for the way she took those women out.
didn't even like I still feel like they need to be recruiting people rather than killing people.
Yeah.
They didn't even like try, really.
No, they're just like, bye-bye.
Then she just sniped 4 of them and tortured the last one.
Right? All in front of her daughter she thought was dead.
Right? Her daughter, who had just seen her dad poison 3 guys like a minute ago.
Yeah, I know, not even a day ago. Now both of her parents are like fucking psychotic murderers. And I get like doing it because it's the apocalypse. We have to survive any way we can, but come on.
Yeah, the mom definitely went a bit far, but they also, at least that one was established. They were like, your mom's unstable. Keep an eye on her.
Yeah, they established that there was something up with Mom. I will agree to that. I mean, she just lost her sister the last episode.
Yeah.
But it is like, oh, that was something else that bothered me about this episode is right after Devin kills himself and Brianna's all sobbing over him, the dad just walks over and nonchalantly picks up the gun.
Yeah, like maybe
There was no consolation for
daughter.
Brianna. Yeah.
Like Brianna was selling it. She was like sobbing. That was great. She did a really good job with that. But
She did. But the
But,
dad
like,
just
no one-
walking over and like,
yeah, the dead body ain't gonna worry about that gun.
why are you taking the gun? Oh, maybe his thought process is, oh my God, my daughter watched her boyfriend kill himself. She may try to follow him. I'll accept that. If like, but it didn't look like that. It was just kind of like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah,
That's
like
the way it looked to me.
They're being a little bit strange in the human interactions. I'm wondering if it's going to turn out that there's already another thing going on with that, because like
The mom is going nuts. The dad's acting like wrong.
yeah, everybody, I don't know if it was just this episode or if they're setting up for another thing to be going wrong where like their judgment is getting damaged by existing in the apocalypse or something, but they're all acting weird.
They all are, I agree.
Even if it's just the stress making them do weird things, they need to address that. They need to go, dudes, this is not okay.
This is not okay. We need to find a place to sit and chill for like 24 hours. They need to chill down. I glimpse, but even in The Walking Dead, we get those chill down moment episodes. Even in the first season, we got those.
You need them. You as a story to have characters, you have to have moments where they're just characters, where they're just people.
And really, there's been very few of those in Aftermath.
Yeah, because people keep getting their necks snapped and keep getting shot.
Right?
I'm waiting for them to come back to that wish that the brother had. The water lady was like, I'll grant you one wish, and then that never happens.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll like go back to that like end of the season. He'll go, I have a wish, and
I wish everything was back the way it was
covering
before.
what his wish causes. And then again. Because they're too dumb to. I just like totally flung water everywhere. Shit. Hi, computer screen wobble for a second here. I gotta clean you off. Ooh, I need to clean you good.
It'll be fine.
I know, it's just, I want to make sure I didn't get it anywhere. Yeah, okay. I think we're okay. Because the straw spun around, right? It took a drink, so there was water in the straw, so it flung water across the monitor.
Oh, the wonders of physics.
Yes, the laws of physics.
I think that's all my notes on Aftermath.
Yeah, same here.
I just wanted to come together. I just wanted to mean something.
I know. I wanted to mean something too, and I think my mom gave up. Though my mom's up in Chicago tonight watching Hamilton, so I think that's way better than watching Aftermath.
I haven't given up yet. Like, it's not like Hunters or Van Helsing where it lost me before 4 episodes. So that's already a point in his favor. But I just want it to mean something. When we get to the end of the season,
there needs to be meaning. There needs to be some answers before the end of the season.
Yeah. Not liking Hunters. Because I do like Sean Tretta. And he was writing on that thing. And I just did not like the show.
Same here. Okay, so MacGyver. My first comment.
Serious.
My first comment on MacGyver this week is quite seriously, Mac's a pretty boy in prison.
Dude, look at that. my very first comment. Mac is too pretty for prison and too good.
We know this character too well. I love it.
And then my last comment is, it's all Prison Break up in here.
Shit, yes, I have a comment here that says, haha, nice prison break.
Right. But Mac is too nice and too pretty. Like seriously, he's on that bus on the way in, and I'm just like, oh no, oh they're gonna eat him alive. He's gonna be someone's new girlfriend.
He's gonna be somebody's bitch real quick here. Oh
He is way too pretty to be in that prison.
Oh my gosh. And then I had all sorts of feels for poor Riley because she was just like worried as hell all episode. It's like it was really good character development for her. Something we really haven't gotten a lot of this show so far, because like she's just always been kind of this in her own. She doesn't want to share, but she was opening up about, you know, prison was bad for her.
And how terrible it was, and like it makes sense that she never mentioned it now, because now we have the context of why she would not want to mention it.
And then I was like so proud of her. She got her first apartment, and she gave Mac's little friend another number to her phone number. I'm gonna laugh my ass off if she gives him the whole number and it's just a fake number for like something. It'll be something funny. And like they'll have to go through some new thing next season. Like they'll be the will they, won't they.
It'll be one of those automatic turn down lines. Like,
yeah, like that. And I can't see him giving up though. I don't want him to give up. I want him to keep trying.
Me too. Like, and before the end of the season, they're gonna have some real moment where it's not just flirting, where it proves that he actually cares.
Yeah, it's not just I think you're hot and I want to go on a date with you.
Yeah, like one of them gets hurt, or they get trapped somewhere, or there's a confrontation with some horrible thing out of somebody's past. Like there has to be some, like, just one real moment to prove that it's not just idle flirting.
Right.
She's starting to come around, and it would be sad if it's not serious.
Right. Like
it's a
he
lot
gets
of
her the
effort.
apartment and she gives him another number and he's like, I thought I only got those when I helped you with your parole officer. And she's like, you earned it.
Yeah.
So she's her own way flirting back. So she is interested back, but she wants to be sure. I think it's more of a she wants to be sure that she can trust him.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
There's probably also the issue of the fact that she's a secret agent and she can't tell him. And so is his best friend and his best friend's other friend. Like, I hope they don't draw out him being the only person on the show who doesn't know about the secret society.
I really hope he finds out about Phoenix before the end of this first season. He needs to. It's only fair, because he would be useful on their team too. He could make them the masks and shit.
Yeah, and he can do accents, and he's good at working people.
Mm-hmm.
He can be their contact man or something.
Right? Or even go, you know, he will be useful to the team. I'm pretty sure he's going to end up a part of the team.
I hope so.
Why are my glasses glaring so badly now all of a sudden?
You're secretly an anime character, and
like
you're about
really
to turn evil. So right? The light is just like, blink.
But this week's episode, because even though we were really heavily focused on Mac and getting this El Nacho guy, Nacho,
El Nacho Grande.
Yeah, El Nacho Grande, that works. Nocho, that's what I have written here, so it's El Nocho. I couldn't read my screen for a minute there. Sorry, folks, I'm literally blind.
Well, you probably took your glasses off.
Well, I couldn't see because the glare. It was weird. Like there was like a smudge on my glasses or something.
Those like card-playing visors, the green thing.
There you go, like this. Now you can't see my eyes at all. I'll be the creepy one where you can't see my face. Oh. But yeah, Yeah, I liked a lot of the development with Riley this week. It was fun at the same time. I felt bad for her.
And it was good development, not just with her creepy prison backstory, but like Thornton told her to go home and go to bed, and she was like, I'm not doing anything until Mac is safe, and Thornton looked really impressed by that. So it's like current development too.
Yeah.
It's like team building. And can I just say, speaking of Thornton, that I absolutely loved Jack acting like he was talking to his overly affectionate girlfriend every time he had to call her.
Yes, it was so perfect. I loved it.
I loved it. And I love that no one commented on it so that I can just sit there and pretend that it was real.
It was legit. Legit.
like he has always wanted to baby talk her and call her sugar lumps.
You know he has. There's no doubt in my mind that there is mutual attraction between Jack and Thornton.
There's gotta be. Like, she came running when she thought he was gonna get exploded last week.
I know. Like, she could have stayed back with Riley, kept Riley back, stayed safe. But no, her and Riley were, like, right there. So even though Riley's like, I don't really care about you, I'm acting like I don't like you, she cares too. She cares about Jack too.
They're totally building a really sweet daddy-daughter thing that could be freaking epic if they let it go there.
I love it. I hope they do.
Like, there's lots of people on TV that are like, you're like my son, but there's not a lot of like
you're
surrogate
like my
daughter stuff.
Yeah, we need that.
And that would be really cool to see. Just have, like, he dated her mom. Maybe he's already almost a stepdad.
Yeah, he could actually be her stepdad, but then they broke up. So maybe that's what she's so bitter about.
Maybe. Because if he dated her mom for a long time, that would explain why she hated him so much at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And
exactly.
also probably why she came around so quickly when they started working together, because she was just remembering how she already liked him.
Exactly, yeah. It's just like, oh wait, I actually liked you. Ah, thank you, California. Sorry.
Is it blue? Is it safe?
California is blue with lines in it right now, which means the complete vote isn't in yet, but it's blue. And it looks like Oregon's going to go blue too.
And there's so many people in California. That's a lot of votes.
Hold on. What's that? California went blue. I'm not answering it because it says unknown. Okay. The phone
It was California calling. It's okay. We're gonna go okay.
That made me happy. I'm like, yay, California! We're still not winning, but yay, California!
God, it's gonna be so close. I'm just gonna hyperventilate the closer we get to midnight, or 1 or 4, whenever the hell it is when they declare everything.
Yeah, that's my phone in my room.
Not booze.
I just muted it because I couldn't answer it. What? I don't know. I'll look at it later. Sorry. Guess spot.
Reporting live from California, I repeat, I'm pantsless.
I don't know if you heard that or not. She says, reporting live from California, I'm pantsless. Pantsless, I say.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, Hillary. Come on, Hillary. I'm saying it now. Oh, I cannot believe us. What is wrong with us?
This country is so messed up. Like,
it really
it's
is.
so messed up.
Well, Hawaii went blue too.
Whoa.
Yeah, in 2 hours we'll know Alaska.
It wouldn't make any sense for Hawaii not to be blue. Like, just knowing how Hawaii is, like...
And with Washington's not in yet, so... it's really close again, though. It's really close again, because for a while there, he was way in the lead. But it's really close again. It's,
was looking
101, and she has 197. So it's
in
very,
my,
very
in my windows. In my windows that I shut down, I had a live thing, and there was a chart, and it was like Hillary and Donald Trump, and then they just went like that towards the recent hours, and I was like, shit. Like I literally screened it and saved that picture as hell fuck no. Like
Oh God, the fire truck. I mean, if you can't, I don't know, you can't see it, but I have a window right in front of me. That's what I'm looking at. I keep.
Let me see. There were so many cute parts in this episode, though.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
Well, the fire truck's going by, or the police car. I can't tell which it is, and it set off the coyotes in the canyon behind our house.
Oh, charming. They're howling
Yeah, I
along with
know.
the alarm.
Yeah, basically, they do this like 3 times a night. We've heard of there's been times where it sounds like they're right out here in front of our house. So they like, I guess they come up out of the canyon.
That sounds not real. That sounds like a cowboy movie or some country western song. Like that's
once
not real.
once it cools off enough, I'll take my camera and like literally record myself walking to the canyon so you can see how close we live to the mountains.
I think you lied and you live in some sort of fantasy world. You're just pretending it's California.
I live in a fantasy world where there are mountain lions that walk our streets at night and coyotes that sing in my front yard.
Mountain lions I can believe because I lived in Florida for 20 years and there's freaking panthers all over that shit. And
right? Well, we have them here too.
There's in Florida that country bus stops, like for kids in the morning, have bear shelters. So like bears won't eat your kids waiting for school.
Yeah, we have those here too. Black bears, though, somebody was petitioning a while back to reintroduce grizzlies, and I'm like, are you fucking nuts? Like, I get it, the grizzlies are state animal or whatever, but we don't need grizzlies wandering our neighborhoods. Black bears are bad enough.
Yeah. If you're gonna introduce them, like not where the people are in one of the most densely populated areas of the country.
Yeah. Like
there's lots of other places where grizzly bears used to be where there's not so many people.
Right? Okay. Back to MacGyver. Enough talk about the election. I'm sure I will shout about the election again any minute now, though.
But yeah, like there were so many cute little things, like when Jack moved one thing and was like, I feel like a hacker. That was like the best thing.
Oh, Jack is stupid. I was laughing at that scene. He's like, I'm a hacker. Sure, you've made it in a company that runs
You made an entry in a spreadsheet.
I'm like, yes.
Or the old guy
Jack, you were so cute.
The old guy with his box full of inhalers.
Oh my god, that was so yes, thank you.
But that just proves that MacGyver is too damn good to be in prison. Like,
seriously.
Next time they have to infiltrate a prison, send Jack in because at least he can punch people and stuff.
Right? Okay, I'm gonna close this window and come back to you now. I was looking at the election again. It's important.
It is important, but we've been hearing about it all day.
Yeah. So yeah, Jack was computer stupid, and I loved it. That was great.
Oh my god, he's so useless for anything other than like
muscle and guns.
Like,
but I absolutely Mac told at the open of the show about his dog Archimedes. about how that dog escaped everything, and then his uncle put up an electric fence, or his dad. Was his dad or his uncle? Either way.
I don't remember. Somebody.
Yeah, I don't even. Sorry.
I love that he named his dog Archimedes.
Yes.
Such a nerd.
And he tells the story about how they put up the electric fence, and he's like, and then Archimedes will get electrocuted if he tries to go out. And he dismantles the collar and makes it so it makes a high-pitched noise that only dogs can hear. And the dog never escaped again. I loved that. That made me so happy.
I know, but like the whole through thing about that was that he's too nice to hurt things unnecessarily, but also he's a giant nerd. And
yes.
I loved when he was trying to contact people when he first got in the prison, and he kept like out random facts, and then would have to be like, I read a lot.
Yeah, like, Mac, you're failing very badly here.
Because he can't really just be like, I am legit a genius. So I guess he had to be like, I read a lot.
Yeah.
Books
And
have
then his whole story about how he was good at building things and safes and stuff, and then he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, and I'm just like,
like
Mac.
He was basically just reading the file at that point.
Like literally my notes right there at that point. Post this in the Google window so everyone, the YouTube window here, so everyone can see it. Good. Come on. Thank you. There. That is literally what I wrote. It was Mac is too good for this world.
Too good for this world, too pure. He's too much of a cinnamon roll.
Yeah. Too much of a cinnamon roll. He's a precious cinnamon roll. He must be protected at all costs. Do you hear me, Jack?
That's Jack's job. His literal actual job. He was like extra cinnamon rolly today. Like you put him in with all the psychopaths and he's just like so over his head, but he was still doing his best.
He was such a little tiny baby, and he's like, "Oh, this is gonna hurt." When the big mud up, it's like, and he's like, "Oh, this is gonna hurt."
He like walked up to the biggest guy in the place and was just like, "You got a problem with me?"
His voice shaking and everything. It's like, oh my god, Mac.
It's like the lamest fight picking ever, but it worked because he can't challenge anybody in even a little bit.
Yeah, it was good. He did good there. I mean, he could have gotten his head smashed in, but he did good.
It was cute.
Yeah. And then, of course, they finally break out. And, you know, Mac's breakout plan was on par with, as I said, oh, look, nice prison break. he was right on par there with the
prison breakup. And
hold on. Yeah, prison breakup here. Like, he would have been right up there. Yeah.
Prison breakup, and
he would have been right up there with Michael Scofield, totally breaking, you know, Lincoln Burrows out of prison.
Now I want a crossover, but they're on different channels.
Yeah. And my water is gone. The ice will melt soon enough.
I'm still waiting for. It's on CBS, right? Like it's a CBS show.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Most of the rest of CBS's shows have crossed over at some point, and I'm waiting for them. I'm waiting for MacGyver to cross over with like Scorpion or Hawaii Five-0.
I'm betting Hawaii Five-0 because I want to say that happened with both shows' original runs.
You know, it might have. They were both on at the same time, I think, or overlapped at the beginning of one and the end of the other, or something.
Now I need to know. Inquiring minds need to know.
Back in
Favor.
it was CBS that did all of the crime shows anyway, and they all crossed over in the 80s, like
Yeah.
Simon and Magnum and Murder She Wrote, and like all of those. Ooh, someone should revive Simon and Simon.
Yes.
I just really want to see these nerds hanging out with other nerds.
I just need to see all the characters.
It would work, like tonally, it would work really well with Scorpion, and they would like totally try to recruit Mac because they're always MacGyvering shit anyway, and it would work perfectly.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't find anything right off the bat without some serious searching. So
Yeah.
searching right now. So
The last note on my page is just I miss Lethal Weapon so bad.
I know. I need Lethal Weapon back. Tomorrow night it'll be back, and we'll have a show to discuss next Tuesday. Thank God.
Finally. My mom came to visit
Yeah.
for Halloween so that we could all go trick-or-treating as a family. And she was like one of the first things she said to me was, "Have you seen the new Lethal Weapon?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, I have! I love Rick so much, he's so damaged."
Right. He's like
He's
a
a
baby.
fan.
He's another cinnamon roll who needs to be protected for life.
He's a slightly overcooked cinnamon roll, but still good in the center.
Just a little crispy on the outside.
A little stale, a little crunchy. Possibly fell in the sand. Oh, did you freeze?
Covered everything I did with weight and my back.
Yeah. It froze. It froze,
know,
and then
I'm
when it started coming back, it was like pieces of whatever you were saying that were sort of jumbled up.
Because, yeah, it hasn't actually froze yet. It's still running. It's still letting me do other things for a second.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like, I mean, we obviously have filled all the time on 3 episodes that we usually fill on 5. But it's still
Right?
weird
So-
having 3 shows to talk about.
I know. I need to, like, discuss the other 2 shows, and we can't. But we will next week.
They'll be back.
Yes. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Same nerd time, same nerd channel.
There we go.
Man, like, I was thinking about the show that we do the other day, and I was like, this would have been so great if something like this existed when I was like 15 and all I had in my life was television.
Right? Like when I had more time to watch television.
Right? Like, there was only probably 3 or 4 shows that were worth watching, but it would have been so great to talk about some of my old fandoms when I was first figuring out that fandom was a thing.
Yeah, like Buffy. Actually, it was like funny. We were discussing relationships, the Buffy Angelverse, and we were trying to figure out what Connor and Spike would be to each other, and it like came down to it that Connor would be Spike's uncle.
What?
Angel is Drusilla's sire, and Drusilla is Spike's sire. Angel is Connor's sire, And therefore that would make Connor Drusilla's brother, making him Spike's uncle.
So weird. Man, vampire family lines.
Seriously, right? Okay. The computer is going to freeze any second now because the light has gone solid blue. It's not flickering anymore. So, and of course, Twitter wants to be a douche. Get up here, Twitter.
Detective.
Come on. It does. It's like not letting me do what I need to do. I had Hangouts open. I don't know where it went. There it is. Come on, Hangouts. Get up here. Come on.
It's
So we can wrap the show without me disappearing completely. Because it's going to happen any second. I'm just waiting for it.
Gonna happen.
Oh.
Gonna happen.
Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. I have read the above and understand this information. Proceed. Okay.
Enjoying this video call that Joy Dawson was already part of.
Yes, I joined and left. It was perfect. All right, so we've covered everything for this week, so I think we can go ahead and trying to figure out the camera here. Hang on. There we go. That works. So we've covered everything for this week. I think we can wrap the show now if that's all right with you.
Yep, that's all. Everything on my list.
All right, I covered everything on mine.
So many notes, and we covered all of them because we had extra space.
Right? We did. I tried to make as many as I could so it wouldn't feel like there was a lot of dead air, but I think we did pretty good this week. And we will be back on Sunday for our DCU Universe in Review with Sarah, our guest star this week. She's not anybody she's not an actress or anything, but
but she's awesome, and she'll be entertaining because she always is. She's my wife on Mars.
I'm gonna go sign out, go buy me some pot because it is now legal in the state of California according to Barbara, and I'm gonna go get high and forget this whole election shit is happening.
I bet that's a lot of people today. I bet it's a lot of people.
All right, so we'll see you on Sunday when we discuss Supergirl, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, and maybe Gotham if I manage to catch up with it. I probably won't before I leave to go house sitting Thursday night. So we'll see you Sunday night. Same time, same channel. Bye. Bye. You have to end it because I don't know how to leave on the tablet without shutting it off.
Bye. Bye.